A special narcotics task force. It is citywide, it's big, and it's cocaine. You're assigned to Sergeant McKenna.
Is that a Dory McKenna?
Same old Cagney, huh? John Wayne in the skirts.
Oh, Dory. Look, I didn't ask for this assignment.
Now, that's insubordination. You could be brought up on charges for that.
Well, what about, I don't know, friends? You know, maybe you could use somebody to
I don't need a nurse.
No, I am not in love with him. He just upsets me. He makes me nervous. I like that. Morning, Christine. What'd you run the reservoir? Yeah. Cardiovascular fitness. Thin thighs, you know. Firm muscles. The new woman, I'm very impressed. So wait, you think I could get into that? I could try it. Well, build up gradually. Good. Beg your pardon? That's good. Yeah. Well, maybe. Oh, God. Maybe not.
Marcus, you want to hear what Bonbon said to me last night?
No.
Lieutenant Samuels. Captain Fuller.
Captain?
It's good to see you again. 1973, the 6-4 in Bed-Stuy.
Congratulations on making captain.
Look, Samuels, I imagine this is a little difficult for you.
Fuller, we were together 10 years ago in Brooklyn. I was sergeant, you were a patrolman, and you took orders from me. Well, now you're a captain and I'm a lieutenant, so I take orders from you. That's the way it works.
Good, okay, so there are no hard feelings.
Oh, why should there be hard feelings?
Deputy Inspector Nelman, fill you in? I'm going to be reporting directly to the commissioner. As you know, he's a little concerned about efficiency at the precinct level, so I'm going to be looking around, talking to your people, checking your case files. It's going to take me a couple of days to familiarize myself with your operation, but in the meantime, we should discuss these liaison assignments with narcotics. Get a copy of your detective roster I can look at?
Yeah.
Who's available?
Well, at the moment, there's Cagney and Lacey.
Christine Cagney and Mary Beth Lacey. No, I don't like putting women on narcotics.
They can handle it.
Yeah, well, my experience has shown me that women don't work out in certain high-pressure assignments.
Well, it's not been my experience.
There could be some danger involved here, and I see that Lacey's got 2 kids, so how about Aspromonte and Kazak?
Aspromonte is the father of 5 kids.
All right, call him in. I'll brief him. You put on a few pounds since '73, Lieutenant.
Yeah, that's desk work.
You know, there's a gym right on 48th. I spend an hour there every day. You ought to check it out.
Cagney Lacey. Detective Lacey and Detective Cagney, this is Captain Fuller.
Captain, sir.
You're being assigned to temporary duty on a special narcotics task force. And it is citywide, it's big, and it's cocaine.
You want us off our caseload?
Not for the moment, yeah. Your narcotics liaison officer will contact you tomorrow and fill you in. Let me emphasize that you're going to be working under this man's command and that under no circumstances will any arrests be made without his knowledge and consent. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
That's it. Thanks.
This narcotics liaison officer, Captain, what's his name?
14th Precinct, you're assigned to Sergeant McKenna.
Pardon me, Captain. Is that a Dory McKenna?
Right.
Thank you.
Because I don't like the idea of working with him.
Why not?
Come on, Christine.
Come on, what? Can I have the ketchup, please?
Last year, that man left me hanging out with no backup while he was off busy scoring cocaine.
You made the collar, didn't you?
Yeah, no thanks to you. You were busy chasing after him. Then, you bring him to my apartment, and he's tooting up with our kids in the next room.
I'm not even going to dignify your somewhat foggy memory of the events, Mary Beth. How do you want me to advise you? Huh? Don't tell Harvey.
What has Harvey got to do with it? I'm talking about you.
I'm not the one having the problem here.
Don't you pretend to me that you don't have a history with this man.
What Dory and I were together, Mary Beth, is history. We're not teenagers, we're cops. We are professionals. There's no reason why we can't work together.
Yeah. Do you trust him?
What's that mean?
What it means that Sergeant Dory McKenna had a serious drug problem.
A lot of cops have problems, Mary Beth. Some cops drink, some cops beat their wives. Some cops even put on pantyhose and garter belts and cruise the West Village in their spare time. I'm sure he must have cleaned up his act. They wouldn't have taken him back. Certainly not on narcotics.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? You want to call him?
I'd just like to eat my lunch here. Could we just drop this?
You don't want to talk about it? You never want to talk about it. Okay, we don't talk about it.
Excuse me, Lieutenant. I wonder if I might talk to you about that narcotics assignment.
Sure.
Well, I think it'd be better if you just put maybe another team of detectives on it.
Hey, I already been through this with Fuller. You and Lacey happen to be the two most available at the moment. What's the matter? You got a problem with it?
Well, it's just the kind of assignment I've really never been very effective at.
What are you talking about? You worked narcotics before. It's nothing new for you.
No, it's not that. It's, you know me. I'm not good working in teams.
Is that what it is, huh, Cagney? Is that so? This is not liberal arts at Barnard. This is a police department. And in case you didn't know it, the police department is just like the Army. You get orders, you follow them. That's the way it works. Look, if it's something personal,
Oh, no. It's,
I'll see what I can
no,
do.
no, honest, it isn't personal. It's,
Sure.
yeah. Actually, I'm sorry I even brought it up. Good night.
It's okay. Good night.
Okay. Well, what do you think, huh?
Nice. They haven't worn that suit in 2 years.
Haven't been to a funeral in 2 years. 44 years old, he just keels over and buys it, just like that.
You have a heart condition?
Eddie Backus, are you kidding? Jogged 2 miles a day, weighed 165, not an ounce of fat on him. Back in the Army, we called him Fast Eddie. Held the record for running the obstacle course at Fort Dix.
Is he married?
Oh, he was too busy running. Boy, I hate this suit. I hate it. It is the suit of death. 44 years old.
Harv, it happens. It was probably hereditary or something.
Yeah, or something, huh?
What time's your plane?
9 in the morning from Penn Station. I am taking the train, Mary Beth, the train. I will be back Friday early.
Friday? Can't you get home sooner than that?
Mary Beth, an old Army buddy checks out. The guys in the platoon get together. They go out and have a couple. Eddie'd want it like that. Oh, boy, I mean, you just can't figure it, huh? I mean, your number comes up, it comes up. Right?
Sweetheart, your number is not coming up for a very long time.
We got enough life insurance?
Harvey!
You promise me one thing, okay? You do not throw out my bowling trophies.
What about that real ugly one where they spelled your name wrong?
I swear, Mary Beth, I will come back from the grave and get you.
Promise?
Ooh. Ooh.
I'd appreciate your being as candid as possible, Detective Petrie. All this information is going to be kept in the strictest confidence. Now, how long have you been assigned to the 14th?
3.5 years.
And your present partner is Victor Isbecki, right?
That's right. For the last 1.5 years.
So how's that been working out?
Fine.
Ever request a change of partners?
No.
There are, you realize, avenues of appeal above the commanding officer of the precinct if you're dissatisfied with your assignments.
I'm aware of that.
Tell me, how would you rate Lieutenant Samuels as a commanding officer? Let's just say on a scale of 1 to 10.
I've got no problems with him.
5? 6?
I really don't feel comfortable putting a number on it.
Well, suppose I just put down a 5.5.
How about 10?
10.
Yeah, 10.
Yo, look, I gotta take her around the city. I mean, that's the least I can do. We're going to the Ice Follies. What can possibly happen at the Ice Follies with my own cousin? My first cousin, from Syracuse. Listen, I gotta go. We got an emergency. Some guy's on the top of the Empire State Building with a submachine gun.
Lieutenant?
Fisher in the assistant DA's office wants to see you and Petrie right away on a manslaughter case he wants to file.
Right.
Where is Petrie anyway?
He's in the interview room, sir.
Oh, yeah? Who's he interviewing?
He's being interviewed, Captain Fuller.
Good morning, sir. Maybe not. Lieutenant certainly got up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. Must be rough having somebody you used to command come in here and start giving you orders.
You know, there are 55 detectives involved in this operation. You'd think it was the invasion of Normandy.
There is a major cocaine problem in this city.
I know that. But you don't solve it by coordinating. You solve it by working. Coordinating's what they do downtown.
Clean up the city of New York all by yourself?
Maybe. It's paperwork, I'm telling you. They got committees and liaisons. You can't even get a decision made around here anymore without checking with at least 3 other people. I hate coordinating.
I have a feeling Sergeant McKenna got in touch.
He wants us in his office at 3:30 this afternoon.
This afternoon? I can't. I have to help Michael with his reading after school. See, Harv was supposed to, but he had to go to Pittsburgh.
No problem. I'll coordinate with you tomorrow.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Same old Cagney, huh? John Wayne in the skirt.
Oh, damn you, Dory. Look, I didn't ask for this assignment.
Well, then you get out of it.
If I spot something, what do I do about the collar? I'm gonna be in there by myself.
Well, you don't make the collar.
No.
Well, we don't want to blow that place in case the collar falls apart.
The collar is not gonna fall through.
Chris.
I do know procedure.
Chris, let me run this operation, will you?
Yes, sir.
I'll be in the car across the street. You follow the perp out with your bag on your left shoulder, and I'll take it from there.
Right?
If you've got nothing, put your bag on your right shoulder. But in any case, don't look at me. They may be watching you. Just proceed down the street to the subway, take it one stop. Meet me in the park at 72nd Street. You straight? Chris, let's try to get along now. We got a job to do.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going, Jake?
Hey,
Fine.
what's it gonna be, scotch and water?
Yeah, something like that.
Hi.
Hi.
Haven't seen you in here before.
Yeah, well, I used to come in here all the time before they turned it into a gay bar.
This isn't a gay bar.
Really? Could have fooled me.
Anything?
Nothing that I could spot. About 20 people went in and out, but nobody left with anything they didn't come in with. Unless something was passed in the men's room.
The bartender?
Just your typical East Side bartender. Polite and friendly, but not too friendly. Mixes a hell of a martini.
Okay. Well, we'll hit it again tomorrow, a little earlier in the day. This time Lacey can do it. You know, there's this little Hungarian place. It's up on 73rd Street. Serves the most terrific goulash, if you want to grab a bite.
Thanks. But I've got dinner plans.
Well, some other time.
Sure.
You know, we could try talking like normal people.
Dory, I
Chris, the last time we were together, we nearly beat each other to a pulp. I was so coked up.
Dory, I don't want to go through this again.
It's different now.
You're right. It is different. So maybe we better just leave things the way they are.
Okay. Probably right. It winds up being easier this way, doesn't it?
Good night, Dory.
How drunk was he? He was stink-faced. It's 3:30 in the morning. He calls me up to tell me he loves me.
Well, it's the thought that counts.
And he tells me he's not coming home till the weekend. How come? Fast Eddie would have wanted it that way.
You don't have a roll call in the morning?
No, the lieutenant thinks it's a waste of time.
So what, the detectives keep their own hours?
Sort of. I mean, sometimes we have to go to court in the morning. Or we go by and interview witnesses before they go to work. Excuse me, Captain. It's Becky, 14. Look, I can't talk to you now. Yeah. Look, Bon, I'm up to my years in work.
Good morning, detectives.
Morning, Captain.
Morning.
How's the narcotics liaison assignment working out?
We just started.
Fine, sir. It's fine.
Good. I'll be wanting to talk to you upstairs this morning. Let's say Lacey at 11, Cagney at noon.
Is this gonna take long, Captain? We have a 2 o'clock appointment with Sergeant McKenna.
No. No, it shouldn't take more than an hour.
Ah. I wish he would go away.
You're not the only one.
What's it gonna be today? The usual.
How much do I owe you?
3 1/4.
Keep the change. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You got a live one. Let's go.
Out of the way!
Police!
Clear out! Out of the way! Police, out!
So I says to her, Bun Bun, the least you can do is say thank you. I mean, I give up a Nick game to take her to this turkey of a movie on 23rd Street.
You want gratitude, Victor, you should consider older women.
Older? What, are you kidding?
You know what Benjamin Franklin said on the subject?
No.
1745, he wrote a letter to a young man in which he suggests that he consort with older women. And he lists the advantages. They're wiser, they're more discreet, they are not as jealous, they are learned in the arts of love, and most important of all, according to Franklin, they are extremely grateful.
Yeah, but have you ever spent
Think
any
about
ti-
it, Victor. There's a great deal to be said for gratitude.
Sweetheart. Oh, if somebody could be listening on this line. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm getting my heart back.
Yes?
Yes, he missed me so much that he's coming home tomorrow instead of on the weekend. And he's taking me out to dinner.
It's only been gone 2 days.
Felt like 2 weeks. Anyways, the young men are taking me for Montezuma Burgers tonight, so I will see you in the morning.
Well, lucky you, so you won't need your purse.
Would you sign out for me?
Yes. Hi, Greg. It's Chris. How are you? Yeah? Listen, what are you doing tonight? There's this new sushi place over on 3rd. I thought... Oh, yeah? Oh, no, that's fine. No, I'll catch you later. Okay, bye. Hiya, Pop. It's me, your detective daughter. Listen, what do you say I buy you dinner tonight? Oh, it's right, I forgot. It's poker. Yeah. You got an extra seat? Full house, huh? Okay, Pop, I'll catch you later. Pop, never draw to an inside straight. Okay, bye. Want to go to dinner?
Right. Bert, you never were very punctual. I got tied up at the station. Yeah, what else is new? You work too hard. Sit down. Thanks. Yeah. The beer's still good here. Thanks for coming, Frank. Expect me to pass up Brunschweiger and beer at Flannery's? They are. Good to see you, kid. You gotta be the last person in the world calls me kid. Yeah, you still look like a baby-faced sergeant to me. Looking pretty good yourself, Frank. It's been a while, huh? Year and a half. I figured things were going right for you. So, what's wrong? Shows, huh? You still a rabbi, Frank? The best Irish rabbi in the city. I got a problem. I don't know how to handle it.
This is Dory McKenna. I'm not home right now, but if you want to leave a message, please do, and I'll call you back as soon as possible.
So I caught him with his hand right in the cookie jar. Big stuff? Nickels and dimes. A meal, a haircut, maybe a new pair of shoes. A lot of cops walking around with paper bags in those days. The pay was lousy. Not my cops. How'd you handle it? I talked to him, told him to cut it out, and he cleaned it up for a while. But I found out a couple of months later he was back working Bedford Avenue. So I brought him up. He beat it? I couldn't find anybody who would testify against him. A couple of weeks later, he requested a transfer, and I didn't oppose it. So you figure he's got it in for you now? I don't know. Tell me something, Frank. How does a guy like that make captain? Politics, Bert. The man knows how to play the game. You got to play the game, too. You got to stroke him. You got to play him like a violin. I'm no good at politics, Frank. You know that. You want to stay a lieutenant forever? All I'm asking is the department leave me alone to do my job. You're a fossil, Bert. You got blue coming out of your ears. Aren't too many left like you. They're bringing in a new breed. They got graduate degrees, they write books, they program computers. So what? Frank, I can't take orders from a man I don't respect. Then you got a big problem.
If you're gonna stand up against this guy, you better win. Because if you don't, kid, you could find yourself commanding a traffic squad in the Holland Tunnel.
Hi.
Hi.
I thought the guy might come back. No plans tonight?
No,
How come?
it just happens. You know, that jogger isn't gonna come within 10 miles of this place now that he knows it's hot.
Yeah, well, I had nothing better lined up.
You wanna talk? I'd like to know what happened.
But you wanted to keep it simple.
Come on. This is stupid, Dory. Talk to me.
I spent 4 months in a program upstate near Albany. 3 hours a day of group therapy, an hour of individual, ping pong and volleyball in the afternoon, TV at night, and lights out at 10. Just like summer camp. First, I fought it. I didn't want to face it. That I was a junkie. But they broke me down eventually. They're very good at it. They broke me down to nothing. Now I'm trying to put it together again.
Why'd they put you back on narcotics?
I requested it. When I got out of there, I didn't know if I could hack it. I wanted to have the temptation right in front of me.
You should be proud.
Or what? I didn't beat it. Nobody really beats it.
Well, you're off coke.
I'm still a junkie, Chris. I just don't put white powder up my nose anymore. You know what I do now? I work. I'm a work junkie. 15 hours a day. I mean, look at me. What am I doing in a car at 10 o'clock at night? Just talking out a dead end. I got a better question. What do you do here?
I don't know.
I'm a bad investment, Chris. It's day to day with me. Stay away.
I've been trying to.
That's no good, Chris. We'll kill each other just like we did before.
Well, what about friends? I mean, maybe you could use somebody to talk to.
I don't need a nurse.
Well, what is it that you need?
I need to keep things simple, and you're not simple. You and look, I will get crazy again.
Dory.
Look, Chris, it is just too complicated. Now, please, will you go? I'm sorry I came on to you before, Chris. I was wrong. Cagney, I want you to get the hell out of here.
Morning, Bert.
You're sitting at my desk, boy.
Yeah, I've been here since 7 working. I didn't think you'd mind.
I mind. Thank you.
Mind if I close the door?
No, go ahead.
I've been talking to your detectives and looking over your files, and I'm afraid that there's a lot of work to be done here, Bert. First of all, I think you got some dead wood on your detective squad. And I'm going to recommend that Detective LaGuardia be put out to pasture, because I don't think the man can cut it anymore. And your partnership assignments really need to be re-examined. I'm not sure you're getting maximum productivity in this area. Take his Becky and Petrie and split them up. And put each one with a rookie.
Oh, what are you doing? I saw you signed in. Is something wrong? You look not so hot.
Thank you. I didn't sleep much last night.
Why not?
Why do I still care about him?
Which brings me to the women. Cagney and Lacey. Split them up, and I guarantee you they'll spend a lot less time yakking in the ladies' room. Now, about roll call.
That's enough.
I beg your pardon?
I don't want to hear anymore. It's garbage. You haven't got the slightest understanding of who these people are or how they work. Get out of here, Fuller.
I'm not sure I understand what you're saying.
It's not very complicated. I want you out of here. I want you out of my office, out of my precinct. Today, right now!
Bert.
Look, don't call me Bert. That's for openers. You come in here and in 2 days you want to dismantle an operation I've been building for 5 years? You tell me that one of the finest officers I've ever had the privilege to command is too old to do his job? And you start reshuffling my detectives like there's some kind of file cards? Well, I won't have it!
You know what you're doing, Lieutenant?
You're damn right I know what I'm doing, Captain. I'm telling you that you don't know what you're talking about, and I am prepared to back it up. That's what I'm doing. Now, you want to bring me up on charges? Well, go ahead. But you better have a strong case, because I'm going to fight you every step of the way, Fuller.
With what?
With my record! That's what? 22 years, and the word of my detectives. Now you take your recommendations and get the hell out of here before I throw you out! Hey, hold it down. What's going on here? Get back to work, all ears.
What about the dope?
He says he's off.
And you believe him?
Yes.
Oh, Chris. I think you're looking for trouble with this man.
Mary Beth, you know, you have made yourself perfectly clear on this subject.
I don't want to see you get hurt is all.
Thank you. Fine.
You gotta start using your head now. I'm trying to be a friend here. Face facts, the guy's a bad onion. He's an ex-junkie. He's got a lousy temper.
No worse than mine.
And he's bossy, and he's full of himself.
Like I'm not? I'm 37 years old,
38.
Mary Beth. What if I want him?
I said my opinion. It's none of my business. You're a big girl.
Mary Beth!
What?
You don't even know him. That stuff you said. You're talking about a man you know absolutely nothing about, and it's not right. He's really very... Well, you probably wouldn't know it by looking at him.
What?
And he has this way about him. He walks into a room and he takes control without even trying.
Are you in love with him?
No, I am not in love with him. He just upsets me. He makes me nervous. I like that.
This gentleman has been looking for you. He says Sergeant McKenna gave him your card in case he couldn't be reached.
He can't be reached?
Thank you, Petrie. So, what can we do for you?
Sit down.
Maybe if we started with your name.
Benny.
Benny! Hey.
Ben.
So, Benny, what's on your mind?
You got $50 on you. In cash.
Petrie? Mary Beth, we tried calling Dory. He was in a meeting downtown. We've left messages. We said it was urgent. We're gonna lose it in 7 minutes.
I don't like it.
He's Dory Stooley.
He's a lowlife.
What, have you ever met a narcotics informant who was a solid citizen?
The captain was very specific. No arrest without the approval of the liaison officer, McKenna.
Fine. I guarantee you, if it's a righteous collar, no one's gonna throw it back.
What if it's only liquor?
Well, say we were just kidding. Buy everybody a drink.
Hey, sorry, gals, we're closed.
We're police officers.
What's the problem?
We'd like to check your liquor license.
And you went in there, made the collar without the approval of your commanding officer?
We were unable to reach him, Lieutenant.
Sir, we got 4 kilos. That's a street value of $250,000.
A major dealer, 2 runners. We have a direct line to an East Coast importer.
Look, I don't care if you got a till of the Hun. Your orders were not to make an arrest without approval of narcotics. Now, that's insubordination. You could be brought up on charges for that. You get an order from a superior officer, you obey it. This entire department functions on that principle. Bravo, Bert. That was very well put. And quite to the point, wouldn't you say?
Inspector?
Well, if you have a moment, Lieutenant, I would like to discuss that very subject with you.
Sure.
Well,
Foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of little minds.
What are you talking about, Paul?
Actually, it was Ralph Waldo Emerson who said that. Roughly translated, it means the best are not always the most consistent.
In other words, Samuels threw Fuller out of the precinct this morning.
You're kidding.
Insubordination is running rampant in the 14th.
Woo!
You should have seen it. It was like high noon. Lieutenant stood him down, like Gary Cooper. Then,
I won.
he did not.
the man can make it very difficult for you.
He was really out of line, Inspector.
Yeah, still, you should have gone through me.
Yeah, I realize that. I lost my temper.
You'll be facing charges for insubordination and disrespect to a superior officer.
What do you figure my chances are?
Well, a lot will depend on the evaluation from your people in his report. If your detectives line up solidly behind you, you may get off with a reprimand. Bert, is it true you brought him up in '73 for being on the take?
How'd you find that out?
It's a small department.
He beat it.
Yeah, so I heard. Well, maybe you'll beat it, too. I'll keep you posted.
Thanks, Inspector.
It's a little Italian place on 38th Street with mandolin music. It's where Hartford posted me the second time.
That's nice.
Oh, it's 5 after. I hope he hasn't been waiting too long.
Only a couple of minutes late, Mary Beth.
Thanks for dropping me off, Chris. I really can't wait to see him. Chris, what I said this morning about Dory, I was just speaking my mind is all. I mean, what do I know about men? I found myself a good one and kept him.
There he is, good old Harv.
Oh, look at him. Look at him. He looks like he lost a couple pounds.
Yeah, well, beer will do that for you.
Do I look all right?
For God's sake, Mary Beth, he's your husband.
Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, stranger!
Hello, this is Dory McKenna. I'm not home right now, but if you want to leave a message, please leave one right after the beep. I'll call you back as soon as possible.
Cops don't rat on cops.
Lowell's been assigned he was a partner.
No. Yeah, it must be real tough for you knowing that everybody hates your guts.
Lowell, he nails a bunch of cops for being on the take. Chris, she turns in her boss for sexual harassment.
Are you saying that what Lowell and I did is the same thing?
Cagney, you're a sergeant. Now, I want you to pull yourself together and start acting like one.
Being a police officer is like being a member of a club. You have to play by the rules.
You guys got to try harder than that if you can keep me from being a cop.
I cannot work with this guy. He is dead weight. And I want him removed.
Yes, Inspector, I realize that there is nothing personal involved. No. No, I understand your position perfectly.
Good morning.
Think so?
So sue me. I'm an optimist.
Inspector, I don't really care whose decision it was. All I'm saying to you is I got enough problems here already without adding more.
No, ma'am, just hang on, please.
Yes, I am listening to you.
What's up?
They're all very capable. Well, I'm in the habit of making the assignments here.
What's going on?
It seems we've got ourselves a new transfer.
Yes,
The lieutenant's trying to do what he can to rectify the matter.
Is that him?
Yes.
Well, he looks harmless enough from where I'm standing.
Better check your eyesight, Cagney. That's Patrick Lowell in there.
Sure, it's not.
The Patrick Lowell? Is he getting transferred here?
Say what you will about him, the man's got guts.
Guts? You call ratting on your partner's guts? Listen, I don't care if a cop peddles dirty pictures in church. You just don't go squealing on another cop.
Yes, we have.
Cops don't rat on cops.
It's not like I'm agreeing with what the guy did.
I sure hope not.
Cagney. Yeah.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Have a seat, Cagney.
Thank you. I'm fine right here. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Detective Lowell, Sergeant Cagney.
How do you do?
Detective Lowell has been transferred here from the 7th floor in Brooklyn. Seems they got an overload of staff there.
That a fact?
Yeah, seeing as we are understaffed here, the detective is going to fill the gap.
Lieutenant, if you don't mind, I'm due at the task force headquarters in about 35 minutes.
Cagney, Detective Lowell, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with the sergeant.
Not at all. I just go outside, try to make myself comfortable.
Cagney, you know that I've been on this job a long time now. Long enough to know that on occasion we have to do things that we may not feel too crazy about doing. What I'm trying to say to you is that there are times when we do things just solely, and I mean solely for the good of the department.
I understand.
What the hell? Lowell's been assigned he was a partner.
No. No. That's
Save
not right.
yourself
I'm
a
a superior.
migraine. Squawking against this one's going to get you nowhere.
I'm a superior officer, and I should have some say about with whom I work.
Yeah, well, ordinarily you would. It's just that in this case, Inspector Nelman thinks that you're the right officer for the job.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I happen to think that you're someone whose sense of professionalism far outweighs any personal feelings you might have. Bottom line is that Lacey's on maternity leave makes you the only one available.
What is this? Has Melvin got it in for me or what?
Cagney, enough.
Oh, come on, Lieutenant. You know he's had it in for me ever since I brought Hennessy up on charges. And that's what this is about, isn't it?
Cagney, you're a sergeant. Now, I want you to pull yourself together and start acting like one. Now, there's been a series of stick-ups at the automatic tellers in the Wall Street area. I'm going to take you off of the task force, and I'm putting you and Lowell on stake-up. Here.
Why not? I mean, what, a $200 ATM mugging is much more important than a $4 million armed car robbery. Lieutenant, excuse me, please. Let me give you a little advice. Don't get too comfortable.
$4.7 million lifted with hardly a trace from a Lodi armored car.
Yeah, my bet's on organized crime.
Let's bet on one thing at a time. You guys all placed your bets with Coleman yet?
Well, I heard Lowell had his locker set on fire at the 7-4 and still stuck it out 10 days. I'm putting down 20 that he stays 15.
Nah, it's gonna take longer than that. Barring any bonfires, it's gonna take 3 days for him to realize everybody hates him. It's gonna take 4 more for it to realize just how much everyone hates him. Probably another week for it to sink in, and then another week to get a transfer, huh? I think we're talking about 21 days here.
Coleman bet Lowell won't last a week at the 14th.
Huh? What's the 14th after the 7-4 doesn't?
For starters, you was Becky.
Can you believe this crap? I get pulled off the armored car task force, the only glory to tale of the month, you understand, and they put me on some penny ante money machine muggings. Breathe. In, out, in, out. Perfect. And then to top the whole thing off, I get Lowell as a partner, which, if you don't mind my saying so, Mary Beth, would not have happened if you and Harvey had controlled yourselves. Just concentrate on the focal point, okay? You know what it's gonna be like working with this guy, huh? There's not a cop in the city that doesn't want to spit in his face. Did you also know he was still in uniform when he pulled this stunt? That's right. Equal breasts, easy, equal breasts. That's it. Perfect. Oh, Mary Beth, I wish you'd just deliver so that I could get out of this mess. There. 60 seconds. All right. One last final cleansing breath. Perfect.
As I recall, this man blew the whistle on 6 police officers on the take. As guys using their badge to line their pockets. I say they deserve to be weeded out.
I didn't say that they didn't. But how did Lowell do it? He broke ranks and he spills his guts to outside agencies? He went to the press.
Well, maybe he tried going through a department, didn't get anywhere. It happens, you know.
Well, maybe he should have tried a little harder. You don't have to hang the department's dirty laundry out in public.
Now, where have I heard that before?
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, that's the same line Nelman used. When you brought charges against Tennessee for sexual harassment?
Are you saying that what Lowell and I did is the same thing?
Well, I'm not saying it's exactly the same
It isn't
thing.
even close to the same thing. I kept my charges in-house, and you know it, Mary Beth.
Chris.
Where are my mittens?
I'm saying that you acted out of integrity. Maybe Lowell did, too.
I know they're here somewhere.
Christine, you showed that a police officer cannot be above the law. So did Lowell.
Found him.
Oh, Chris, come on.
That bastard went outside. And you know what really ticks me off? He got a TV movie and a gold shield for it. And what did I get? Flack from the brass. And now I have Patrick Lowell as a partner. There's the difference.
Chris.
Why is it cold out there? I know nature has no business calling in weather like this. Cinnamon. My wife Sylvia, ever since we moved to the country, she's got this thing about cinnamon and spices and natural stuff. Next thing you know, she's gonna put dill weed in my hot chocolate. You want some coffee? My dad used to work with Nat Cagney over in Flushing. Is he any relation?
My father's name is Charlie, and he's never worked in Flushing.
Oh, then you're a police brat, too. Huh? Boy, can I remember.
I don't want to hear about it.
Well, I don't suppose you do.
I read the papers. I see the news. I even saw your performance, the Davis Commission hearings. Lowell, I know all I want to know about you.
Okay. I get the picture.
Well, I'm going to skip yours. What's it going to be, a TV movie? About a cop wearing a crown of thorns who saves the world from 6 rotten apples?
For what it's worth, I turned the TV movie down.
The widow of the cop who killed himself. She'll be so glad.
All cars within the confines of the 14th precinct at 10:30. Possible mugging at the automatic teller machine. Delancey and Lafayette, northeast corner.
414 responding.
Then we see the guy laying out in front of the money machine, barely conscious and blood all over the place. And my buddy Ira, he thinks it's a drunk that's passed out. But I ain't never seen a wino wearing $100 loafers.
You see, you can't describe the car, and you didn't get their license plate, right? No. Did you happen to get a clear look at any of the passengers?
Only the driver. It was a white kid, dark hair, and with one of those big purple thingamajigs on his face.
For a strawberry mark?
Yeah, right. Did I happen to see you a couple of months ago on TV?
Possible.
Next up, Hollywood. Thank you.
Hey, donuts. Donuts here. Courtesy of Willie Woo of Woo's Donut Shop, who this morning became the proud father of an 8-pound baby boy.
Bavarian cream. I hope he believes in large families.
That's okay. I'm a crawler man myself.
I appreciate it. Okay, thank you. Beat cop in Bay Ridge thinks he has a lead on the getaway driver. Punk kid that he knows fits the physical description. Matches the teletype. It's a Billy DeSalvo, 1412 Towner Street. You ready?
Oh. I'm sorry. It's a little accident.
When you clean yourself up, I'll be in the car. Is this the DeSalvo residence?
Yes.
We'd like to talk to Billy, please.
He's not here.
You know where he went?
No. Yes, he must be at work. His uncle has a garage and he works with him, and he thinks that Billy has the makings for a real good mechanic.
Mind if we come in?
Wait a minute. He didn't do anything. I swear to God, he didn't do anything. Don't hurt him! Stop!
Freeze, police! Right there! Hold it right there.
I didn't do nothing, Gene, I swear. I didn't do nothing, I swear.
You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to remain silent, and you say can't do it against the court of law. You have the right to an attorney and to have an attorney present for your question.
You know, I kind of hoped having a wife and a kid might help straighten Billy out. See, me and Billy, we go way back. First time I collared him, he must have been 11, 12 years old. About the same time he started running with the straight razors. How are you, Tom?
Any chance that he's still with him?
There's none of them left to be with. In fact, Billy's about the only one who isn't doing time in Attica.
Any idea who he's running with now? I asked you a question. You know who he's with these days?
Billy with a gang now?
You know, we got about a half dozen gangs in Bay Ridge alone. Best bet would be to check with the youth gang division.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Listen, for what it's worth, you know, Billy's boosted his share of cars. He's even performed wheel service on occasion. But jumping people at money machines, it just doesn't sound like Billy.
Okay.
You've been very helpful. Thanks a lot.
Is he with you?
We ride in the same car.
Prepare yourself, children, for a home base that transforms 25,000 individual police officers into a single unified force.
Well, what do you know? The fabulous foursome, huh? Keeping the city safe from these poor defenseless armored trucks. How's it going?
It's a regular three-ring circus.
We'll see you back at the fort. All right. Official word has it that terrorists survived the robbery, so now all the teams are scrambling to pin the job on their favorite crackpots.
Yeah, the 2-9's got some black paramilitary leader, and the 101 is sitting on some Puerto Rican revolutionary. My bets are on the neo-Nazis or the KKK.
That's as spirit as Becky, huh? You cracked this case with the glory of the old 1-4. Me personally, I have a very exciting rendezvous with the youth gang.
Cagney, can I talk to your partner for a second? I just want to speak to you for a minute. Just wondering how things are settling in for you. Oh, fine. Thanks for asking. Yeah, it must be real tough for you knowing that everybody hates your guts and all. Well, what I'm trying to say is I've come to the conclusion you're not a quitter. I mean, what's the big deal that people treat you like a leper? You're a big boy. You make your own decisions. But I don't think you're the type to up and transfer just because of a little coffee.
So how much you bet?
What do you mean bet?
On how long I stick it out?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I hope you didn't bet too much. Because, you know, I tend to do the unexpected.
Bay Ridge. Bay Ridge?
Right.
Sorry, must have been misplaced. You tried checking with the original precinct?
Footage came from there. They said that all the files on neighborhood gangs are stored here at central headquarters.
Oh, believe me, they got their own copies. You show them a little muscle, they're bound to deliver.
You expect me to schlep all the way back to Brooklyn? I'm on a case here, all right? I don't want to play games.
Sarge, the file has been misplaced or thrown out, which is what should have happened to that partner of yours. The force doesn't need rats like him.
Officer, I want you to put on your bifocals and find me that file, or I'm going straight to your superior.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll keep looking. And if you come back later without your friend, who knows, it may turn up.
Harvey? Am I typing disturbing your ball game?
Oh, honey, it's okay. You go ahead. This game is a sleeper.
Honey, you want me to bring you some popcorn or beer or something?
Mary Beth, if you don't want to type, no one is making you.
So bored, typing the same thing over and over again.
Oh, over and over. Now is the time for old blonde cops to come to the aid of their pregnant partner.
It was a change of pace.
I am sure Chris has a good reason for not showing up tonight.
Listen, if she doesn't want to do my breathing exercises with me, I'm not going to push her. She's just a backup. You're the coach. You are planning to be there, aren't you?
Ringside seat, kiddo.
She called. She said she was working, but she's still mad.
Hey, whoa, I am not going to let you blame yourself for this one. She wanted you to agree with her about Lowell, and you did not tell her what she wanted to hear.
No, worse, Harv. I compared her to him.
So what's the big deal? I mean, Lowell, he nails a bunch of cops for being on the take. Chris, she turns in her boss for sexual harassment. They both did what they thought they had to do.
Harvey, being a police officer is like being a member of a club. You have to play by the rules, especially the unwritten rule that says one cop does not bust another. You know, there's a lot of people still give her a hard time for what she did.
Sweetheart, you know what she did was right.
Oh, yeah. I was the one that was all for turning Hennessy in.
Chris doesn't do anything she doesn't want to do.
Right, which is why she's not here tonight.
She's not, but I am. Now, what do you want to do? You want to tank or you want to do Le Mans?
Are those my only choices?
If I can help it.
Yes, I realize you went to great pains to steal all that money. No, yes, I'll be waiting for your call. Goodbye, Mr. Tepper.
Well,
just another crackpot.
Marcus, we are working on a task force. We cannot afford to ignore anyone.
Victor, this man is offering to return the $4 million if his landlord gives him back his security deposit.
Maybe we should put him on the bottom of the list.
Okay, Billy, let's try it again.
What do you want from me? I told you everything.
Oh, come on. You don't really expect me to believe you pulled this job alone.
Makes no difference to me what you believe.
You think protecting the rest of your gang makes you a big shot, don't you? I think it makes you a sucker. That man. You know that man that your friends put in the hospital the other night? Well, he's in a coma still, Billy. The DA doesn't like having his citizens in a coma, so I think you're looking at some pretty serious time here. All right, we're talking armed robbery, attempted murder. Charges that ought to put your butt on ice for about 10 to 20 years minimum. For what? For whom? For them? Well, you wise up. All you did was drive the car. You can't be crazy enough to take this rap alone. Will you look at me when I'm talking to you? Maybe you're not crazy. Maybe you're just plain dumb. You've got a wife and a baby. Are you willing to trash them to protect these punks? What's Gina supposed to do between visiting days, huh, Billy? Supposed to sit home and grow old, waiting for your parole date? Me, I'm banking that she's not as dumb as her husband. I'm banking that she's gonna get herself a new old man in no time. Maybe Vinny, maybe Double D, maybe some other cat.
I think we ought to take a break here. And maybe Billy wants to reconsider having his lawyer present.
What the hell was that all about?
Kid's got rights, I just reminded him.
We gave him his rights, he waived them. I had him all set up to turn, and you deliberately screwed it up. Why?
From the 5 muggings, we got at least 3 reliable witnesses.
What is this, a soft spot for juvenile delinquents?
That kid squeals he's dead, and even if he survives, he's marked lousy for life. I just think he should be allowed to make the decision for himself.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. You're worrying about moral dilemmas, and a man is in a coma. What kind of cop are you?
Maybe not a very good one.
Just when it looks like the kid is starting to crack, Lowell opens his big mouth, and he ruins everything. Yesterday, I had to drive downtown 2 times to get case-related info. The first time we were there, the detective said he couldn't find anything. Later, I drove downtown without him, and lo and behold, everything miraculously appeared.
All right, what's the point you're trying to make here, Cagney?
The point is, I cannot work with this guy. He is dead weight, and I want him removed.
Damn it, Cagney. You think you're the only one around here who wants that? There's nobody who wants him out of here more than me. Nobody. If I had my way, But I don't have my way. My hands are tied, Cagney. And so are yours. You got a job to do. Do it.
Sorry, Lieutenant.
Cagney, message for you.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
You have a match?
Sorry, I don't smoke.
Word came through from the hospital. That guy your friends beat up, he just died.
This is a call you traced.
In the flesh, one Stanley Poe, self-proclaimed urban terrorist and armored car.
What's this self-proclaimed bull? I am an urban terrorist, but I did rip off the 4 million.
W-H-A-T. What's what?
The whole of humanity against technology. You may not know us now, but we're alive and growing. And we'll keep on growing as long as there are demented souls who care more about machines than people.
I was an ex-toll collector, isn't that right, Mr. Paul?
22 years on the Bronx-Whitestone Bridge. And they dumped me for an automatic coin collector. But I got even. I got their quarters back all right. Bingo! Ha-ha!
6 o'clock news, here we come, huh?
You got enough there to buy a whole slew of hotels on Boardwalk and Park Place.
Counselor, so what do you think? Does our detective look dangerous enough for you?
Well, he is younger than your other ringers, I'll give him that. Actually, he could look a little, scruffier.
Newman, would you mind unbuttoning your shirt?
Okay, but I'm not sure it's gonna make me look any scruffier.
Newman, you're supposed to be in costume. You've on a clean white T-shirt.
No, but my mother told me the same thing your mother told you.
She'll understand, Newman. Excuse me a minute. Counselor, if you have no further objections?
Look, I don't mean to be picayune,
Not at all.
but I do have to make sure my client gets a fair shake.
As you should, sir. And I would like to get on with this lineup.
Of course.
Hey, wait a minute. What about my earring?
Mr. Schimmel, is it possible that your client could see his way to removing it?
Get it. I got a constitutional right to wear an earring.
An oversight of our founding fathers.
How do I look?
As foolish as you feel. Anyone else need an earring? Take a clear look at each face. Start from left to right, please. Do not stop at number 1. Just go right across the line. But take your time with it. Clear your thoughts completely. And just concentrate on each face. Do you recognize any of these men? You, sir?
Sorry.
Look hard. Look hard as you can.
It's just that it was so dark and everything happened so fast.
No, try again. You've got to concentrate.
All right. Just wait a minute, detective. I'm not going to stand by quietly while you lead these witnesses.
Mr. Schimmel, please. None of us want to do anything to jeopardize this lineup. Do we?
take another look. You've seen one of those faces before. He threw you on the ground, he took your wallet and kicked you in the ribs.
Sergeant, I demand you put an end to this at once.
Okay, Dave, that's it. I'm sorry we couldn't be of more help. Thank you.
Next time, try a cattle prod. You might get better results.
Too bad my partner isn't here. I mean, my real partner. She's on maternity leave. She's great with guys like you. She pleads and you hear music. I don't have any music for you, Billy. I only have hard, cold facts. This code of silence is a crock. A man died. You drove the getaway car. And if you don't talk, you're going up for murder. Now, do you think Double D and Vinny would protect you? So why are you protecting them? Here. Because you're scared. And they're gonna keep you scared. Fear's the only weapon they've got. But if you stay silent, you stay in jail. I know you think that makes you some kind of hero. I think it makes you a jerk. Silence is not loyalty, Billy. At this point, silence is suicide. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna stand up and do what's right, or are you gonna keep your mouth shut and let those guilty creds walk the streets? You tell me.
Interesting words.
I was applying pressure.
I see.
Don't you go applying it where it doesn't belong.
Oh, you got a double standard, one for perps, one for cops?
It's the same for you, isn't it? Perps and cops, I mean.
Why don't you give me a break?
I'm gonna get Billy's wife to talk some sense into him.
It's the last thing he needs right now.
The last thing I need right now is trouble from you. So you coming or what?
Why don't you let him decide this for himself?
Because without Billy's testimony, those punks walk on a murder rap.
You can't force someone into an act of conscience.
Wish we had a choice.
I didn't want to let them in, really. I swear God, I didn't want to let them in. But they knocked the door open. They want to know if you talk. So I grabbed Johnny and then we tried to run. And Double D grabs me by my shoulder and start belting me in my face over and over and over like a crazy man.
Then make them pay.
No. He says he'll come back and get me if you talk.
The DA has agreed to reduce the charges against you, Billy. And he will recommend probation, and he will also keep you and your family in protective custody. All you have to do is testify. You want to get back at him? You want to get him good? And you know what you got to do.
Yeah.
A little late this morning, aren't you, Cagney?
Hiya, Coleman. Let's see. Yeah, I suppose I am by some people's standards, but lucky for me, those people don't matter very much.
Well, you don't have to get so huffy about it.
When you work as late and as hard as I do, Coleman, you get to be huffy.
Well, it's a privilege to look forward to.
What's this? His idea of a short day? Where the hell's Lowell?
Haven't seen him.
Poor missed him.
He chalked in and out before I had time to finish my morning coffee.
Oh, maybe that's it. Every time he sees a coffee cup or even smells a pot brewing, just flies the coop.
Did you ask him where he was going, Newman?
You mean, did I talk to him?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You forget, Cagney, that the squad room and your partner are not on speaking terms, never were, and never will be.
Wherever he went, I hope he comes back. I got more days and a lot more money bet on him.
I'll remember that, Victor. I'll tell him when I see him.
By the way, Cagney, congratulations. I hear you got the kid to talk.
Yeah, finally. What about you guys?
He kept claiming it was neo-Nazis.
Well, how was I supposed to know it was an inside job?
My condolences.
Turns out to be a couple of their own drivers and a shipping clerk. So here we are chasing every washed-out, fly-by-night terrorist group that never existed, and all the time the money is sitting in some warehouse in Astoria.
Well, who cracked the case?
Security guard. It seems the geniuses forgot to pay their $34 storage fee.
So the guard takes a crowbar to the locker, out pops $4 million.
Imagine anybody being that stupid.
Where the hell you been?
The hospital.
What's going on?
Billy was knifed last night.
Is he all right?
He'll live. This time, anyway.
He was supposed to be in protective custody.
Well, it wasn't protective enough.
He's all right.
What do you care? Got what you wanted.
Why didn't you call me or leave a message when
Hey,
you left?
I took care of it.
Hey, Lowell, I know that you're a loner, all right, and you like to do things your own way. But the fact is, I am your superior officer, which means you keep me informed.
Oh, come on, what do you get so upset about? It's all over for you. You know, it's a couple of court dates, and you just have to wear a skirt those days.
You watch it, Lowell.
Oh, you listen to me. It's ended for you, and for Billy, it's all just starting. The guy's a full-fledged informer now. And that means that he's got to spend the rest of his life looking over his shoulder, wondering if it was all worth it. It's a hell of a life, don't you think?
Wouldn't know.
Did you do this?
I tell you what I think of you right to your face. A rat in your locker? No, it's not my style.
Style? In this precinct? You gotta be kidding. Style? Listen, rats, they're nothing. Compared to what I've been through the last 2 years, you guys gotta try harder than that if you're gonna keep me from being a cop. Because that's all I ever wanted, being a cop, you know? It was, for me, it was more than a job. It was an ideal. It was something to look up to, something to believe in. And the funny thing is, I still believe in it. Even after all these dead rats and your dirty looks and your silent treatment, I still believe in the job and everything it stands for.
You believe in it? You believe in it so much. Why'd you go to the press?
Why, you think I rushed into this? Huh? You think I didn't spend month after month after month getting jerked around by my precinct captain telling me to sit and wait while my charges are supposedly checked into, and a year goes by and they're still being checked into, and the guys are still stuffing their pockets, and my wife and my son are getting death threats on the telephone. Yeah, I spilled my guts to the press. And when they gave me that gold shield, I'll be damned if I hadn't earned it. Because I had. My whole family had. Cop can't be above the law, he's got to uphold it. And I did what I had to do. I know that now. And I also know a cop ate his gun because of my testimony.
I'll never forget that. And even if I could, I got people like you around to remind me. Police chaplain told me once, God forgives, cops don't.
In. Out. Nice and relaxed. You doofus! You already let it past the 60-second mark.
Well, you were supposed to be keeping count, too.
Give me that stopwatch.
No, Mom!
Fellas, this is not relaxing me.
I'll get it.
No, I'll get it.
Both of you, go get it. Go get it. Michael! Harvey, who's at the door?
It's me. It's okay if I come in?
Sure.
So how you feeling?
Tired. Harvey's working late, and the boys are testing to see if I really want to be a mother again. How you feeling?
I'm holding on.
How's the case going?
Well, one of the gang members beat up the kid's wife. So we finally testified, and then we were able to round up the others.
Good work?
Yeah, it seemed to be. Till Billy got knifed for being a stool pigeon. Yeah.
Why'd you sit down, Christine?
It's consequences, you know. Everything we do has such consequences.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I should have come the other night.
Yeah, maybe. But you didn't want to.
Well, when you start comparing me to Lowell, Mary Beth,
Chris, I had no right to shoot my mouth off.
Hey, you're my partner. And you're my friend. And I do want to know what you think.
Not all the time.
No, not all the time. Do you think that people see what I did and what Lowell did in the same light?
In my opinion, Christine, turning in Hennessy took a lot of courage. But it's not the done thing.
Charlie says you never bust another cop.
Chris, you did what you thought was right. When we have a conscience, we don't have a choice.
I think we always have a choice, Mary Beth. I do. I mean, who's to say whether the choice we make is right or not, but... I don't know, in the end, maybe only God knows that. Yeah, she'd know.
I didn't mean to make you mad, talk about you and Lowell in the same breath.
I understand why you did what you did. And I've been working with him.
You want to stand why he did what he did?
No, Mary Beth, now don't put words in my mouth, all right? You know that makes me angry.
You gonna lose your temper again or only your mittens?
Don't push it.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're glad. So where'd you put my stopwatch?
You know, I was getting worried that we were gonna have to find a backup for the backup.
Ready? We will start with one deep cleansing breath. Ready?
16 more days. Why couldn't he just stick it out 16 more days? Damn personnel department.
When will they get him out of here? What's the difference?
What's the difference? What's the difference? This is the difference.
The 123 in Staten Island's photographic unit. 9 to 5. I won't make chief of detectives, but I'll get to know my wife again. Yeah, Thanks. Me too. I'll see you soon if the throughway's not too bad. Bye, honey. Well, I guess that about does it.
Guess so.
See you around.
I'm on the scene in the 14th precinct with the hero of the hour.
I am recommending you for departmental recognition.
Go for the gold, Mary Beth.
You don't have to play hero to prove you still got your nerve.
Take her out of here, or I'm calling the psycho wagon and have her taken out.
You tell me she's not cracking up a little.
You're a good person, Christine. So's Pat Nixon.
He's looking at you, kid.
Wake up. Help me. Somebody help me!
How many?
Petrie is Becky. Esposito eats 3. I like a cinnamon crumb.
Look, lady, I don't have all day. Jeez, will you look at that?
You want the cops here. Call for help. Dial 911. Do it, mister. Do it! Are you all right, sir?
My wife.
Lady, okay? Come here, come on. Lady, come here. Good for you. Good for you. Hey, come here, man.
Hurry up, lady! It's gonna blow!
My poor baby.
Morning, Lieutenant.
Morning, Sergeant. Chocolate chip Danish. I got the last 2.
So, your partner, what is she doing? Sleeping in this morning, or is she having breakfast at the Trump Tower?
Actually, Detective Lacey should be here any minute, Lieutenant, from the ME's office. The Haskell homicide.
Wouldn't be snowing me now, would you, Sergeant? Yeah, what is it?
Sorry, sir. Cagney, it's your dad again. Says it's urgent.
Oh, excuse me, Lieutenant?
No, that's all right. Here, take it here.
All right, thank you. Pop? What's wrong? Charlie, we just went through... What do you mean you don't remember? Pop, listen to me. I'm in a meeting, all right? I'll call you later. No, I can't. Fine, why don't you just come over then? Okay. Bye. Charlie's pushing 70, Lieutenant. His memory isn't quite as sharp as it used to be.
Still hitting the sauce pretty hard, huh? Guess it's not getting any better.
Well, it's hard to say exactly, Lieutenant.
You know, my first partner, Tom O'Houlihan, one of the top gold SEALs in 116, till his wife died 5 years ago, brain tumor. And Tom took to the bottle pretty hard. Tom went to AA, Cagney, and it worked. Here, take one of these, will you? You're getting too damn thin.
Yes, thank you, Lieutenant.
The doctor says there don't appear to be any internal injuries, but they have to keep him overnight, you know, for observation.
What happened to your hand?
Your partner was injured in the line of duty, Sergeant.
Lacey saved the baby. Seconds before a gas tank explodes.
Are you all right? Could be better.
Took a lot of guts, Lacey. Too bad the kid's dad didn't make it.
What happened?
Well, the father, I think it was the father. Could have been an uncle or a friend of the family. I mean, the kid's only 3 weeks old, so chances
we cut
are...
to the chase?
No chase. It was a collision, and the father was killed in the explosion. The baby's going to be in a foster home until we find the mother. It was an out-of-state license plate, Iowa. And then the reporters followed us all down to the hospital, and maybe the mother will see the picture and recognize her baby.
They took your picture, too?
You're drooling, Victor.
I take a terrible picture. I thought you liked cinnamon crumbs.
It's a heck of a way to start the day.
Excuse me, Detective Lacey.
Here's the promoter.
WREQ TV Nighttime News. It's a pleasure and an honor to meet you, Detective Lacey. Guys, could you give us some room back here? You too, ma'am.
Sergeant.
Frank, will you frame here? Good. Now just be natural. Our viewers want to see the real story behind the real woman. I'm on the scene in the 14th precinct with the hero of the hour, Detective Mary Beth Lacey, a tough, no-nonsense lady who put a young baby's life before her own. What drove you to the brink of death, Detective?
I would have to say it's all in a day's work.
A wife, mother of 3, and a dedicated NYPD professional who says that saving another human being is all in a day's work. I'm Kirsty Komoto, WREQ TV, Nighttime News.
That's horrible. Oh, turn that off.
Time for homework, guys.
You looked cool, Mom.
Yeah, I bet the kids at school want your autograph.
Thank you, honey. Me and Prince, huh? Too bad I wasn't wearing my blue blouse. You know, the periwinkle blue with a high collar and the ruffles. It frames my cheekbones better.
Took a hell of a chance, Mary Beth. What if that gas tank explodes 5 seconds early? Baby John Doe isn't the only orphan around here.
Harvey.
First the damn guy on the roof, and now this. You don't have to play hero to prove you still got your nerve.
Honey, I wasn't trying to prove anything. If you had been on that street, you would have done the same thing, and that's the truth, and you know it.
I'm proud of you, baby. Just scare the hell out of me sometimes.
It's a funny thing, Harvey. I wasn't scared at all.
Look, I wasn't going to bring this up again. We got to talk, Pop, and I want you to be clear-headed.
Oh, come on, Chrissy. 1 or 2 drinks is not overdoing it.
Yeah, but you never stop at 2.
Oh, please, don't start nagging me, will you? I told you I wanted to do this gradual.
Well, it's not good enough.
Oh, so that's it now, huh? Your old man's not good enough for you.
Stop it. I did not say that.
Well, then what the hell are you saying?
You've changed. The way you act, the way you talk to me. You and I have conversations. You don't even remember them 5 minutes later.
Well, so I get a little fuzzy. They say the memory is the second thing to go. Come on, Chrissy. You're going to get old someday, too, you know.
Charlie, I think that maybe you might want to go to AA.
Me? AA? Are you out of your mind? Have you ever found me passed out in the gutter? Have you? Alcoholics Anonymous? Honey, those people are drunks. Hey, look at me. Come here. Is that what you think you're about your old man?
Of course not. I just
Hey,
think
look,
that
you know, I'm Irish. I like to have a few nips of whiskey. Now, you going to nail me to the cross for that?
Charlie, I'm
Those
just
people
saying...
are different over there, Chrissy.
They can't even hold a job. They can't get through the day without having a snort. You know how many times I've quit cold turkey?
Lots of times.
You bet your life lots of times. Hey, I've gone days, weeks without having anything.
It's just that I worry about you, Charlie. I want you to take care of yourself.
Oh, honey. Hey, baby, sweetheart. Who is ever going to take any better care of me than you, huh?
Got a great idea. Let's you and me go to a movie. Casablanca's playing down to Revival House. You remember the first time we ever saw that together? It was your 10th birthday.
My 9th.
9th. That's right. Your mother and Brian had the flu, and it was just me and you.
Maybe tomorrow night, Pop.
Yeah, sure, why not? It's playing all week.
I'm kind of tired. I think maybe I'll turn in early.
Never let it be said that Charlie Cagney wore out his welcome. Tomorrow night, the next night, whenever. We got a date. You give me a call?
Sure. I'll call you later, Pop.
Fine. See you later. He's looking at you, kid.
Lady cop spills own blood to save baby from burning inferno.
Made the front page.
Right there.
Looking good, Mary Beth.
Oh, do you think so?
Better than Detective Dee.
Well, I wouldn't take it that far.
I would.
Morning, Chris.
Good morning, Mary Beth.
Bobby bought about a dozen of these, you know, for souvenirs. Wouldn't you know that yesterday was the day I forgot I wanted to try my new eyeshadow. I got this gorgeous new cream eyeshadow that Harvey just loves. Burgundy Baiser. Baiser is French for kiss.
Yeah, I remember. It's a great picture. Look, you look like a cop who knows what she's doing. What more do you want?
A nice big close-up of the baby so that maybe somebody could recognize him.
I have noticed the phone hasn't been ringing. Maybe the real mother wants a vacation from diapers.
Maybe not. Detective Lacey, 14th.
Cagney?
Yes.
Hi, Charlie. I don't know yet. I'll have
Uh-huh.
to call you later. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will.
Yes.
I gotta go, Pop. Bye.
Thank you. The car was registered to a Mrs. Jane Beckwith, white, female, 34 years of age. Last known resident, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. The ex-landlord says they packed their bags 7 months ago and headed east.
You know why Jane Beckwith hasn't called? Because nobody reads anymore. See, they all fry their brains with Kirsty Komodo and her nighttime news for bimbos.
Come on, Sergeant. This is why they pay us the big bucks. A glorious day for a little legwork, huh?
Mary Beth, I have DD5s from last January. There's not a room on my desk to breathe. This is your baby. No pun intended.
You know the best thing about working with you. No matter how overworked you are, no matter what your personal feelings are regarding a particular case, I could always count on you. Why? Because you're a professional. The type of professional who can always come through for their colleagues, for their partner, irregardless.
Detective Lacey.
Yes, ma'am.
You saved my baby. You're the lady cop. Tú eres una mujer de mercy. My baby is gone. I'm an angel of mercy. My baby. You're the lady cop. You saved my baby, Rose. It's my baby. Take a number.
Isn't this something, Mary Beth, huh? Everybody loves a hero.
Mazel tov to the grocer Helden, Greenblatt's Deli. Isn't that nice? Is that nice?
You kidding? They're gonna name a sandwich after you.
Joan of Arc lives. Love and kisses, Detective Harry Dupnick.
Bottle in New Jersey. I mean, some people got no taste. Hey, Lacey.
Coming, sir. Pardon me, Manny.
Yeah, sure. You hungry, Victor?
Yeah. Let's eat.
All right. What a day, huh?
Yes, sir.
5 million New Yorkers seeing your face splashed across the front page while they're drinking their morning coffee. How many cops get that kind of attention?
That's a real honor, sir.
And it makes the department look good, too. Mother of that baby turn up yet?
We're doing our best to find her, sir.
Good. The Nelman wants us on top of that. Hey, you find her. Could mean another front page for you. Who knows?
One is enough for me.
Well, I think you deserve more than that. I'm recommending you for departmental recognition. I'm very proud of you, Detective. Very proud.
I'm proud to serve under you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Detective Lacey, here's a report of last month's hospital admissions. There's no male burst to a Jane Beckwith.
Oh, well, you know what they say, Basil. One man's stumbling block is this woman's stepping stone.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Latest news flash from Cedar Rapids. Mrs. Jane Beckwith and her husband Tom have been on and off welfare for the last 6 years.
Well, that narrows the possibilities.
Oh, yeah. Like a needle in a haystack.
Family shelters, SROs. The woman's not staying in the plaza, Christine. Where do you want to start?
Mary Beth, it's 2 o'clock. Come on, give it a rest.
Lieutenant Samuels says that Inspector Nelman says that this should be top priority.
Uh-huh, it's because he wants his face on the front page of the newspaper also.
Christine, the baby needs his mother.
All right. Can I make one phone call? Hey, Char.
Hello there, this is the pride of the frightened Irish, Charlie Keg.
Listen, I got rid of those screaming Madonnas for you.
Clever and to the point.
Gertrude Steinmeier. Oh, hi, Pop. Listen, Humphrey Bogart was right. It is a crazy world and anything can happen, so we're on for tonight. I'll see you later. Bye.
You're a good person, Christine.
So's Pat Nixon. Look what happened to her.
And the lieutenant said he thinks it could mean a commendation.
Pat on the back. Had a girl, Detective Lacey.
Well, anybody appreciates a little recognition.
That's the best Samuels can do for you. What about your promotion? You know how many guys got the nod this year while you waited?
I know.
In this precinct alone, 3 guys have gotten the bump this year.
I know, Christine.
Well, strike while the iron's hot, I say, Mary Beth. You're the fair-haired cop of the month, so use it or lose it. Just go for the gold, Mary Beth. Take my advice, huh? Put the pressure on Samuels. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Well, works for me. Hey, Pop, open up, it's me. Come on, all's forgiven, I'm buying the popcorn. Pop, can you hear me? Charlie! Oh, sweet Jesus. Operator. Operator, yes, this is Sergeant Cagney, NYPD. Yes, it's an emergency at 10:13. A member of our force is down. Please send an ambulance to 482 Garfield Place, apartment 310, Brooklyn. Yes. All right, hurry. Okay, Bob. It's gonna be okay. Here we go. Okay, Bob, breathe. 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 Come on, Pop. Come on, Charlie, breathe. Breathe. 13, 14, 15. Come on, Bob, breathe with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe, Pop. Breathe. Come on. Wake up, Pop. Breathe! Breathe, damn it! Breathe! Breathe! Please, God. Come on, Bob, don't leave me. Breathe. Wake up. Help me. Somebody help me! Breathe! 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 Breathe!
You still doing that?
Christine. Paramedics said he was dead when they got there. But I didn't believe him. You know, sometimes you hear stories about those patients who die on tables and 15 minutes later they just come back to life. Miracles happen all the time, right?
All the time.
And I wouldn't let him ride in the ambulance alone either. What if he woke up, and wondered what was happening? Charlie plays tough, you know what I mean? But he gets scared. I've seen him really scared, so I held his hand the whole way so that he'd know I was there. And his hand was warm, it wasn't cold at all. When we got here, the doctor said that he was dead, too. I said, that's it. There's nothing we can do. I said, well, that's my father. Would you just walk away if it was your dad? Made a lot of noise. And they started, working on him again. 10 minutes. 20. But he wouldn't wake up again.
What happened, Chris? Do they know what happened?
A cerebral hemorrhage, they think. He fell somehow. I don't know. Near that damn coffee table. That's where I found him, by the table. I told him so many times, be careful of those corners, that they were dangerous. And he always used to say, Chris, what do you think I am, 2 years old? You know how Charlie is, he's so hard-headed.
Stay with us tonight, okay?
Hiya. I've been thinking about giving Ma something special for her birthday this year. Maybe a trip to Bermuda. They got those special excursion rates.
I don't care about the money, Harvey.
Lady's worked hard all her life. What she got to show for it?
A family who loves her very much.
Oh, yeah, sure. But I mean, how much fun does she have? I mean, you know she won't spend a thing on herself. Not when she can buy a new dress for Alice.
I think a trip to Bermuda is a wonderful idea.
2 weeks. Maybe 3. I mean, we could wait a couple of months on that dining room set, huh?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we ought to have her over for dinner more often. Treat her a little special. Take her out to the movies.
We will. Spend more time with Muriel.
Have you thought about your dad meeting the kids?
No, I have not. Charlie Cagney loved his daughter, Harvey. He stuck by her.
Is he still writing you?
I'm not writing him back.
Good night, sweetheart.
Hey. I was gonna leave you a note. Are you okay? I can't stay, I'm sorry.
Made a double?
Thank you.
If there's anything else, just let me know.
Mr. Cagney chose the Garden of Hope for his final resting place. So that means that you take this path here, you turn right at the gate, and that's the Garden of Tranquility.
I'll find it. Thank you.
Your father was a wonderful man to do business with. So prompt with all his payments.
And you're sure it's all included? Everything, I mean.
Oh, yes, yes, indeed. Mr. Cagney wanted the whole package. Of course, only the basic coffin is included. If you want any options, resin seals, satin plush linings, we have the models in our showrooms. They go from the moderate to more
I don't care about
expensive.
the price. I want the best.
Certainly, Miss Cagney. Oh, we will need a suit of clothes for your father. And what hours would you like the viewing?
The what?
The viewing of the body in our mortuary?
No.
Oh. Well, are you certain that there aren't any other members of your family who might want to?
He'd hate it, Mary Beth. I remember him at Sean O'Rourke's funeral. He looked into that open casket and he turns to me. He says, Chrissy, they took a solid street cop and turned him into a Cupid doll. He has no dignity. Why, if Sean were buried, he'd roll over in his grave.
Charlie. That's Charlie, all right.
Maybe Brian would want to look at him, but nobody else. If they can't remember Charlie the way he was, to hell with them.
Christine, this is the Garden of Hope. A lovely view, huh?
He was always behind in his rent. Yeah, bar tab at Flannery's as long as his arm, but his funeral plot was bought and paid for.
They didn't want that on your shoulders, Chris. Chris, he loved you so much. He took care of things like a father does.
Christine? Christine, are you here?
Yeah? How's Bridget?
Loves Hawaii. She's got your wanderlust. Ann and the girls wanted to come, but they just flew over last Friday. It's the first time on their island, so I told them to stay. We should get away together more. Much time goes by.
Charlie always loved this neighborhood.
Never could get him to California. Not even to see his own grandchildren.
It's not that he didn't want to be with you. Charlie's just set in his ways, you know.
Remember how it used to be when we were all together?
All I remember were the fights. The night Mother kicked him out.
He came home drunk again.
There's no reason to treat him the way she did, packing his clothes and leaving him on the porch like that. She humiliated him.
He asked for it.
The hell he did. She nagged him all the time. No wonder he tied one on every once in a while.
Oh, I hated the way he used to talk to her.
She always started it. It's always on him and complaining, you know.
Nobody told Charlie Cagney what to do. Sure as hell no woman.
Let's not talk about it anymore, okay?
I always wished we were the Andersons.
What?
Father knows best.
I hated that show.
You never missed it.
Everybody in the department had a lot of respect for your father. Real cop's cop. I put a call into the ME's office. Report on your father's death. I knew you probably would want to see this.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
With all the alcohol in his system, it's easy to understand how he couldn't help himself. 0.25, that's a heavy dose. And the way they described the cut, I figured that he fell, and he started hemorrhaging, and the condition he was in, he couldn't call for help. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Chris, are you all right?
I'm fine. Thank you.
As I was saying, we already have a name and a physical description on the baby's mother.
I'm fine. Really, I am.
I would like to hear who you think his mother is.
We're not allowed to give out that information.
Your information is wrong. I tell you that baby is mine. Jesus Francisco Perez. Doesn't he look beautiful?
He's a very beautiful baby. But you see, your baby has the dark hair. This baby's hair is light.
They dyed his hair to hide him.
Mrs. Perez, your baby's eyes are brown. This baby's eyes are blue.
I tell you, it's my son. I know my son, my own flesh and blood. I want him back. Oh, God, please, I want him back.
That's it, all right? You take her out of here, or I'm calling the psycho wagon and have her taken out.
Por favor, Diosito.
It's gonna be all right, ma'am. Why don't you come with me, ma'am? Come on. Here we go. Come on. The woman's out of control.
May the angels lead you to paradise. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Charlie always said that he never had a bad time at a good Irish wake. So, my brother and I would like to invite all of you to a party at Flannery's in honor of my dad.
It was a lovely service, Brian.
I think Dad would have liked it.
Thank you.
Chris.
Hello, David.
I'm sorry. I know how close you and your father were.
Thank you. I appreciate the condolences.
Chris, when I said I was sorry, I wasn't just talking about your dad. What do I have to say? That you were right and I was wrong? Chris, let me be with you today. Let me take you to Flannery.
No, thank you. Really, I'd like to stay with my dad.
Okay, then I'll wait for you.
No.
I'll see you at Flannery.
Whatever you like. You're more than welcome to come. Charlie. Hey, Father.
Christine, my girl.
Hi.
I was just telling Tony here about the work that St. Basil's is doing with young singles. Why don't the two of you stop by next Sunday? It's been too long since we've seen you at Mass.
Well, you know what they say, Father, like Dad, like daughter. Isn't there? How's everybody doing? Charlie wouldn't want anybody to go thirsty here. Let me fill that up.
Oh, you're a hard woman to say no to.
Yeah.
That's what I keep telling you.
Yeah, bet. I'll be back. Hi, guys. Hey, Terry, file these. A wee drop for the good father down there, and I'll have another double. Thanks. Here you go, Father.
Oh, thank you.
Are you fine? Good, I'm fine. Good. Excuse me. Do you young folks remember In the Mood?
Remember, it's the story of my life.
Why are all these plates empty?
Hi,
There's the best corned beef in Manhattan right over there. Come on.
We did fine, Christine. You need any help?
No, I got it all under control, Mary. You guys, Shakespeare says you got to eat, drink, and be merry. Or tomorrow you may kick off, too. Something like that.
You sure you feel okay, honey?
You tell me, Harvey. How does this sexy bod feel next to you?
Never felt better to me. They're my kind of women. They share everything.
Right. That's right, we do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I gotta make the lieutenant happy. The sergeant's work is never done. You're right, Mary Beth. He's as good in bed as you always said he was.
Donna, she's kidding.
Are my favorite men.
Cagney! This is a heck of a send-off. Your old man would be real proud.
Hey, you gotta go, Esposito. Might as well go in style.
You bet.
Well, I'll never forget the time that your old man was giving me hell because he says I haven't got enough Irishmen on the squad. And he said that I was a bigot. Huh? He said that about me. Can you beat that?
You know my pop.
Yeah, your
He
pop.
never did pull any punches, did he?
You remember the time Charlie was on our backs every day about those Chinatown houses?
Yeah?
He figured he knew his old beat better.
Yeah, he staked at those curbs and he gave us the lead. Should have been his collar.
Well, you take the man out of the uniform, but then you got a man with no clothes on. It's Charlie's joke.
The good Lord broke the mold after he made Charlie Cagney.
Oh, he did? Where do you think I came from?
Oh, my God.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't have anything.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right. Excuse me, it's just sort of,
All right.
everything went all over the place.
Don't worry about it. Christina, I have to get to the airport.
No, the party's just starting. Come on. Everybody, have you met my brother Brian? Isn't he handsome? I used to think they looked like James Dean.
Chris, come on. Cab is waiting.
All right. Excuse me, Lieutenant. I'll be back.
Can't tell me she's not cracking up a little.
I hate to leave you with all of Dad's affairs to clear up.
There's nothing to it, all right? Our old man didn't have a pot to pee in. Brian, I can handle it, honest. It's my turn. You go home to your wife and kids.
Come with me.
To California? Now?
Tomorrow. The day after. Soon.
Okay. Why the hell not? I look great in a bikini.
Great in anything, Chris.
Mascara, it's supposed to be smudge-proof. Truth in advertising, right? Can't trust anybody.
It's a pity your brother had to leave so soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna see him in a couple of days. I'm going to California.
Oh, that's a super right there. You must have, what, 7, 8 weeks saved up?
And I think maybe I'll bring Bridget over in the summer.
Yes, you should get to know both your nieces better.
Maybe I'll take her to Coney Island.
The UN building and Carnegie Hall?
Not Coney Island. Whenever Charlie and I'd go there, he always used to buy me as much cotton candy as I could eat. It was the pink kind. You know that you can see through. It was fun, so fine.
You have a family here, too. Charlie was not the only one who loves you.
Hey, Donna. Having a good time? I'm having a hell of a good time. Too bad Charlie couldn't make it, huh?
Chris, I know how bad you're missing your dad right now, but later on, don't be a stranger. Okay?
You left him when he needed you. And now he's dead.
Oh, Chris.
No, don't touch me. Hit me, Terry. Listen up, everybody. Fill your glasses. We're gonna make a toast to my pop. To Charlie Cagney, New York's finest. When I was a little girl, my dad told me that when I grew up, I could be anything that I wanted to be. And all I wanted to do was grow up and be a cop like my pop. And that's what I did. He was the best, my dad. He was kind, and he was warm, and he was tough. He was tough enough to scare the devil back to hell. Charlie had a lot of problems, but he never quit. My pop never quit. I know how much all of you love Charlie. And I know how much he cared for you. To my father, please. I'll see you again someday, Pop.
Sleep with someone these days, you gotta bring along a doctor and wear a wetsuit.
When funerals become the big social event in your life, a little gallows humor helps.
If you're not careful, the next person you sleep with, you time bomb.
We just found out she's carrying the AIDS virus.
What if I catch it?
That's a great thing to teach our kids, fear.
Getting sick of this witch hunting by the lunatic fringe. Tired of the times, Christine. It's blood and semen you gotta worry about.
We are talking about something that can kill her, Harvey.
You accuse the feds of a cover-up, you'll be riding a desk until you pull your pension. Is that clear?
See anything?
Well, what about by the windowsill?
Yeah, I'll check this one out.
Anything?
No, it looks okay.
No sign of forced entry. Door locked from the inside. Nobody seen coming or going.
Did he leave a note? What about his girlfriend, Valerie Bailey? Is that right?
She'd been out of town. Couldn't reach him for 3 days. She came here directly from the airport.
We'll need her statement. Where is she?
We moved her to a back bedroom so she wouldn't... You know, the smell and everything.
My personal papers, what about them? Wallet, driver's license, business card.
Right. Here, the guy's name is Broyce, Toby Broyce.
$200 cash, a coupon for a Ruby's deep dish extra toppings pizza. No credit card. Officer, are you gonna be okay?
Oh, sure. I'm fine.
You new on the job?
First day.
Congratulations.
But I'm great, really. I've just never actually seen it.
Well, the first time is the hardest. Honest.
We're gonna need you to seal the apartment, collect all his personal possessions, have them vouchered, sent to the 14th, and then start rattling some doors.
Find out what his neighbors know. Your friends, habits, anything at all.
First, you might want to check outside.
Outside?
Yeah, down in the alley. When you're sure that everything is okay down there, you come on back up here.
Check outside. Sure. I'll let you know what I come up with.
Figure speech, Christine.
I kept calling. I wanted him to open the door and hold me. Just tell me how silly I'd been for worrying.
Ma'am, we know how difficult.
No, you don't know. All your people out there, they won't even listen to me. They just keep saying Toby killed himself.
And you don't think he did?
No, we would never do that. If you knew Toby the way I did. We had something. It was too special.
How long had you known him, Miss Bailey?
First night, I don't know, 2 months. He just moved here from Chicago.
Is that where his family lives?
His what?
We're going to need a family member to ID him.
They're gone. Dead. I mean, his parents are. That's why he wanted a big family so much, being an only child. We both did.
Miss Bailey, did your boyfriend have any troubles? Financial problems? Illness? What did he do for a living?
Please. You have to believe me. We were so happy. I know he didn't kill himself.
Well, then who do you think might have done
I
it?
don't know.
Did your boyfriend have enemies?
I didn't even know his friends. Toby was a photographer, and I did meet one of his friends once.
Do you remember the friend's name?
I don't know. All I know is Toby's gone.
That's all right. Take it slow.
Who knows why he blew himself away? Maybe she wouldn't leave him alone.
Christine.
Well, it's a possibility. How you doing, Josie?
Sounded to me like they were happy. Messages, please.
She was happy. We never got his side of the story.
Harvey called. He says if you get a chance, a medium-priced Chianti could turn dinner into a feast.
Doesn't sound like he's cooking Chinese.
Yeah, Nick called.
Discretion is the key to good worker relations, Coleman.
Tonight, 7:30 at the Garden, 2 seats on the ice.
Unless, of course, you're a social mutant.
You seeing the pushy plumber again, huh?
Just going to a hockey game. It's no big deal, Mary Beth. Of course, we are going to Le Dormier tomorrow night. It's this new fancy French place.
Be sure he checks his plunger at the door.
Stay out of the squad room. Expecting back from his honeymoon
Oh, really?
with hundreds of pictures.
Chalk us out, will you?
Incredible. The Alamo. We saw it. Dart City. We saw it. The OK Corral.
You saw it. So are you, Al. How many pictures, Victor?
230. On number 3.
Oh.
Poor Ginger. She was so saddle sore. I had to carry her everywhere.
Oh, you lucky guy. 3 days in Atlantic City with my first wife. She wouldn't let go of the one-armed bandit long enough to get her up to the suite.
Mine just had motion sickness. The roller coaster at Coney Island.
Watch out, gang. The next one's X-rated.
Yeah, that's me. We had our very own horseshoe-shaped hot tub.
Thank God for subsets.
Interesting shape. The tub, that is.
Hey, you know, this marriage thing's a breeze.
Just give it time, sugar.
Hey.
Hey.
Harv?
Ah.
I can smell your world-famous spaghetti sauce halfway down the block.
Raviolis this time, babe. Stuffed with veal and parmesan. You'll think you're in heaven.
Oh, you're a wonderful human being, Harv Lacey. And, how is my precious little kid?
I'm not a kid.
Sounding more like your brother every day.
Hi, Tootsie Wootsie. Hi there.
Michael, did you get that book report in on time?
I couldn't, Mom. Something really bad happened.
Mikey, I thought we settled this already.
Sweetheart, you promised me now, and don't tell me that Alice spilled rice cereal on it again.
No,
Or
Mom.
that the typhoon blew it into the sewer.
Mom, someone at school has a sister with AIDS.
That's not funny.
It's not even true.
Dad, I told you. Freddie D said it was.
Freddie D has a sister with AIDS?
No, not Freddie D. And Michael's teacher said it's a lie anyway.
Oh, I get this. This is like the time that your brother told us the principal had herpes, so we wouldn't have to go to open school night.
No, Mom. All the kids know.
Michael, did your teacher say it wasn't true?
But what if she's wrong? What if I catch it?
Mikey, it's not like the flu. You don't get it that way.
I know how you get it.
Well, in case you have some wrong information, the real way that you get it is when people don't take precautions and they have sex with people who have AIDS.
And sometimes people who shoot up drugs by sharing needles.
Scott's mom says you can get it. The gay person coughs on you.
Mikey, Scott's mom doesn't know what she's talking about.
Michael, do you understand what your father and I are talking about?
The bottom line, Mikey, is you cannot get AIDS from someone whose sister is sick.
Oh, honey, you don't have to be afraid. You know that your father and I would never let anything hurt you.
I guess. But Scott's mom is getting him some rubber gloves.
The whole rest of last night was very quiet. No matter what we said to him, I knew he was still scared.
Royce, a photographer, if I were blind, I could take better pictures.
Kids his age are so susceptible to rumors.
Well, maybe it's not a rumor, Mary Beth. I mean, it is a crapshoot out there nowadays. If you're not careful, the next person you sleep with could be a time bomb.
I doubt that Michael is worried about AIDS because he's sleeping with somebody.
The parents are always the last to know. You have an income figure on Royce?
$3,000 to $5,000 deposited in cash every month.
What about his rent?
$2,100, also cash.
Mary Beth, this is not adding up. I mean, who deals in cash nowadays?
Hot dog vendors and dope pushers.
You didn't make that income peddling this junk, I'll tell you.
Preliminary ME's reporting your suicide.
Do we have an ID on the prints yet?
No, there's some kind of hang-up.
When do you think we might have them, Sergeant? I mean, would it be this week, next Christmas, when Haley's Comet comes flying through, next what?
Cagney, don't kill the messenger. When they show up, they show up. That's the best I can do.
Cause of death, Sergeant. Gunshot wound to the head, powder burns on the left hand, no sign of a struggle.
And all we have is the word of one broken-hearted, very deluded girlfriend. I vote suicide. You want to vote with me? We can close this one.
What happened? This is not adding up. Nobody deals in cash anymore.
Well, he's dead, Mary Beth. Whatever it was he was doing, it has stopped. And you and I have a deposition in a few days, and I, for one, would like to be prepared.
Christine, it says here that Toby Broyce was right-handed.
I thought you said the powder burns were on the left hand.
I did. They were.
This is great. Got Tony Danza eyebrows and a Paul Newman forehead. Let's move on to the nose.
I don't know. It was average, I guess.
Average. Judd Nelson, average Bob Hope. There's so much flexibility in the nasal area.
Kranz, this is not going to the Guggenheim, all right? You want to speed it up?
I'm sorry, Sergeant. It just so happens that the nose is my favorite part. Why don't you choose one from the book?
Look, I told you, I only saw Toby's friend once. It was a dark restaurant.
Ma'am, you're doing fine. Go ahead.
But I don't understand what this has to do with anything.
Miss Bailey, so far we have 0 on your boyfriend. He has no living relatives, no record of him in Chicago, and you're a little sketchy on his background.
A little sketchy, that's...
We're hoping that since you can't remember the man's name, ma'am, somebody will recognize the drawing.
I was right, wasn't I? Toby didn't kill himself.
We don't know, Miss Bailey. I'll tell you how you could help us the most is if you could pick a nose.
Don't worry about it, Sarge. I've done it a million times.
Draw, crayons.
Did Toby tell you anything about this man? How they knew each other?
Just that they were old friends and business partners. The past was painful for Toby. He didn't talk much about it.
That's a Robert Taylor nose.
I think we should probably let Miss Bailey decide who it looks like.
It's starting to look like him.
And the nose?
A little thinner. No, maybe thicker.
Mommy! Mommy, bitty bye, Mommy! You say goodnight to Mommy?
Night, my sweetheart. Oh, that must be the paper kid.
Yeah, tell her to work on her aim. She only hit the porch twice last week. Come on.
Night.
I'm sorry to bother you, Mary Beth.
Carol, hello.
I was wondering if you have a minute.
Sure, come on in.
Outside, please.
What can I do for you?
I may have to ask for your help.
Sure.
You see, somebody found out the name. And the news is spreading very fast. Tomorrow, everybody will know. And you're a police officer and very influential in the neighborhood. And because Alice and Emma are in the same daycare...
Emma? Your daughter?
When she was a newborn, she had a transfusion. We just found out she's carrying the AIDS virus. We only told a few people, but the word leaked, and I'm so frightened for my baby, Mary Beth, my whole family. I don't know what will happen to us.
Oh, honey. Oh, honey. $59 for this here. On sale. I love the fancy names they give them. Tropical Paradise.
Mary Beth,
I don't even like flamencos.
we'll talk to Dr. Benelli first thing in the morning. Get his opinion on how to handle this.
No birds next time, Harv, and no more than $35.
Okay.
What if it's too late, Harv? What if Alice has already been exposed?
Mary Beth Benelli will say everything is fine.
We shouldn't have sent her to daycare, ever. I knew it was a mistake.
There's no way we could have known about this.
All this time we're worried about the water that she drinks and her wearing a jacket when it gets cold. I should have kept her home.
Mary Beth, we will sort this out. We will handle it.
What are we going to say to Michael? We told him, don't be afraid. Everything's going to be all right. What are we supposed to say to him now?
We don't say anything. We wait until we know what we're dealing with here.
Harvey, he came to us for the truth. We owe him the truth.
And every time he sneezes, he'll be wondering what he's got. He's not even the one who's at risk here. Tomorrow morning, we'll talk to the doctor. Tomorrow night, we'll go to the parents' meeting.
I should have been more careful.
Let's see what the center has planned. How they're going to handle this.
What if we don't like it?
We take Alice somewhere else.
Yes. If we get the right information, we can make the right decision.
It's the only way to go, babe.
Harvey, until we have the facts, Alice is not going back there.
Fine, okay.
I'm keeping her here.
Fine, I'll call Mom, see if she can sit for a few days.
Harvey, don't tell Muriel why. And let's not tell Michael either. Yet.
Okay.
Victor, you'll put Ozzie Nelson to shame. It's 100% wool. It's classic cardigan. And look, real leather patches on the elbow, huh? The little woman will love you in it.
I said drop it.
Oh, how quickly the fruits of paradise spoil.
Nobody here's a fruit, Cagney. Marriage means just making adjustments, that's all.
Yeah, like remembering to put the toilet seat down.
No, like living with the kids. Last night, the four of us go to rent a movie, right? Now I pick Red River. But the kids, they want Surf Nazis Must-Die. Friday the 13th.
I got a nightlight after part 3.
So I leave the Duke on the shelf, right? And I figure I'm doing the right thing. Then Ginger gives me this big speech about how being a softie isn't a good parent.
You listen to the woman, Victor. Kids got to know who's boss.
Yeah, my dad used to slap me around a lot, and hey, I turned out all right.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Now, according to the sergeant's handbook, when the squad room starts sounding like a call-in radio show, that means that the detectives don't have enough work. Samuel's been waiting 20 minutes for us in his office. What took you so long?
I had some to take care of. Personal time, Sergeant.
Feds called this morning. Found out you two were running prints on Bryce. Marshal Fellmore from Justice would like an update on the case.
The protected witness program?
That's right.
Well, no wonder nothing was making sense.
Lieutenant, we have a statement from the girlfriend, plus the victim shot himself with the wrong hand. I don't care how embarrassed they are. We're not turning this one over.
Oh, it's a little early for me, sir.
Roughage. Like tiny little scrub brushes.
This is a legitimate investigation of a possible homicide. Just because the feds say jump doesn't mean we have to ask how high.
Well, no one's telling you to, Cagney. I want you to deal with it.
We will, sir.
Ah.
I just don't want to find it back in my own face, that's all. So no making trouble with the feds. Is that clear?
Lieutenant, tact and restraint are our strong points. Sir?
The Justice Department might have told us that Bryce was in the witness protection program.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. But there was simply no flags on the play.
I beg your pardon?
Look, it's an open and shut suicide. We don't like it, but it happens. Sometimes these kind of witnesses, well, they fold when they play with the pros.
What kind of witnesses are we talking about exactly, sir?
Well, the guy was an amateur, a civilian.
Bryce wasn't even a criminal?
Tell you what, let's just fold the sucker, head for the showers, all right?
Marshal Fellmore, the sucker is now a possible homicide. We need those back files.
I've seen the evidence. You're dreaming.
Well, obviously somebody wanted him dead, or he wouldn't have been in the program.
You know, Inspector Nelman tells me that your record is good. Now, you don't want a homicide that you can't close.
What makes you so sure that we won't close it?
Because it's Super Bowl, ladies. 4th and 20. Clock's ticking. You're backed up in your own end zone. And the best you can do is punt.
Does that mean we don't get Bryce's back files?
Hey, well, you're finally hearing the signals.
4th and 20, my butt. I'm beginning to wonder how dirty Bryce really was. We're not gonna let up on this one.
Fine.
It's that super jock sloppiness that got him killed in the first place, and he's telling us to punt. I'm telling you, that man's been playing without a helmet. We're gonna close this case, Mary Beth, if we have to dynamite our way into the files. I bet my old friend Mansfield's in there somewhere. A little manila folder with his name on it, huh? Where they're hiding him. Not that I care. What are you reading there, anyway?
Pamphlets from the health department.
Alice is gonna be fine. The doctor said the risk was probably nil.
He said the chances were very slim.
It's blood and semen you gotta worry about, not Alice sitting in a sandbox.
Children sometimes bite each other, Christine.
Has a kid ever gotten it that way?
I don't know.
I'm sure the center's gonna be very careful.
When the boys were in nursery school, we went through everything. Colds every other day, and the measles, and the mumps, and German measles.
Brian and I had a contest to see who was going to get the chicken pox first.
Couple days bed rest, Harvey's chicken soup. Boys were as good as new. The tide of the times, Christine.
Exactly what possessed you two to harass a federal marshal?
We merely asked the Justice Department for files on a possible homicide, sir.
Well, it was tidier for them if the case remains a suicide.
Sergeant, you accuse the feds of a cover-up. You'll be riding a desk until you pull your pension. Is that clear?
Very, sir. Sir, Marshal Fellmore did mention that this Royce was sloppy, didn't follow the program rules.
I'm not asking you to ignore the facts. It's possible that he was hit.
And we're being thrown off the case because of some over-the-hill jock?
I'm not saying that.
So are we still on the case, sir?
For now. But I don't want you compromising their operation in any way.
Fine, but unless we can get Royce's back files, we're dead in the water, Inspector.
Which is why they've agreed to give you access.
Thank you, Inspector, for stepping in on our behalf.
You play the game by the rules, you stay in a lineup.
Expected to be some kind of microbiologist.
Yeah, I know,
Reading these
babe.
pamphlets. T-cells, HIV, AIDS-related complex.
Yeah, let's wait and see what the Senate has to say, huh?
Stay back. Check that out. You're not supposed to be here, lady.
No, I'm Detective Lacey, 14th. We're together. What happened here?
It's a bomb threat. Looks like a hoax, but we're checking everything.
Thank you. Carol! Hey, Carol! Oh, I'm so sorry. I got it, thanks. You guys all right?
What do you think, Detective?
Whoever the creep was that
Please.
did this.
You made your feelings perfectly clear when you kept Alice out of daycare today. Carol, we were only protecting Alice. I'm sure whoever phoned in the bomb threat was only protecting their child, too. You're in good company.
Royce isn't even a bad guy.
Well, how clean can a mobster's accountant be?
Well, he had an attack of conscience. He and the other CPA turned their boss over to the feds.
The feds want this case to disappear.
What, a phone call from Nelman?
Mm-hmm. Be careful.
Lacey, you got a minute.
Another time, Victor.
It's important.
I think I'll go check on the weather. Hey, Al.
World hunger, Victor.
No. No, I was curious about how you're supposed to perform when the kids are in the next room.
Is this a joke?
Oh, no. Ginger's starting to think I don't love her. See, every time the bed squeaks, I freeze. My concentration is shot. I can't relax.
Try a glass of warm milk, Victor.
Really? Is that what Harvey does?
Well, to say the truth, Victor, Harvey and I have decided that we'll wait till the kids move out and start lives of their own.
Office hours are over, Victor.
She's the one with the stripes, Victor.
Right.
Thanks, Lacey.
Listen, Royce's friend, the one Valerie met in the restaurant, 10 to 1, he's his ex-partner, the other accountant.
Christine, we are not going back to the Justice Department.
There's only one man who can answer questions about Royce, and that is his ex-partner. And there's only one man who knows where he is, and that is Fellmore.
Yeah, but we won't get that far because you'll go in and go 15 rounds with the man, and we'll get thrown off the case.
I don't do that. Hey, fine. You do all the talking. I will keep my mouth shut, I swear.
Christine.
I swear.
All right, his name's Kevin Deasy. He and Broyce were partners 6 years.
And you relocated them in this area also?
My guess is he's still around.
Your guess?
We assume that you know their whereabouts at all times, sir.
Look, Deasy's been a tough one. He contacted Broyce, old friends. I mean, the guy just didn't want to follow the playbook.
Marshal Fellmore, It's important that we talk to him.
And then 3 days ago, he comes in here demanding a whole new setup. I mean, we moved the guy 5 times already. No, he just wasn't happy with us.
So, of course, you dumped him.
Exactly what are you saying, sir?
Look here, you know what happens when every player runs his own pattern? The whole team loses.
Well, no, I don't understand why the man would panic just because a mob hitman whacked his partner.
You got proof?
So you do not know his whereabouts?
Hey, you kick a guy out of the huddle, and if he gets hurt, well, that's where the old ball bounces, right, Coach?
Let me guess. A liberal arts major, right?
Deasy came to you because he knew Royce was murdered.
It was suicide, Sergeant. Now, you want to take us on? Go ahead.
No, sir. No one here wants that. All we want is DC's address.
Assuming he's still alive.
I just got out the phone from Nelman. Good job, detectives. You're off the case, both of you.
The feds don't care about Deasy, Lieutenant. He's spooked and on the run now.
All you have to do is keep your mouth shut, Cagney.
Sir, Deasy possibly has information about Bryce's killer. We need more time, sir.
Do what?
Well, he left his apartment 3 days ago and has been hopping around from hotel to hotel.
We have identikit sketches out, and Valerie Bailey's standing by to ID him.
And when are you going to do all of that? Tomorrow? And how about all the preparation you got to do on the deposition you're going to give on Saturday?
Well, if we drop it now, Lieutenant, he may be dead by then.
All right, you're still off the case officially. But, you probably won't be catching anything new until Monday.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Don't tell me.
Chris, I have a parents' meeting tonight. I can't miss it.
I thought that was supposed to be last night.
Well, somebody phoned in a bomb threat.
A bomb threat? Who, one of the parents?
They don't know yet for sure.
Boy, that's setting a great example, isn't it? Just think 30 years from now, we'll be hauling in little Harold. We'll say, well, my mom blew up my daycare center, so why can't I bomb Macy's? Or maybe Yankee Stadium.
Somehow you think you're different than everybody else.
They're scared, then it's crazy. I'm getting sick of this witch hunting by the lunatic fringe.
And then one day, there you are, standing right in front of the wrong parade.
What do you mean, you?
Come here. I don't want Alice around that little girl. So I kept her home, even after her mother came to me for support.
So you got a little paranoid. At least you're not trying to bomb a daycare center.
Carol Terry needs me as an ally, Christine. I wind up knifing her in the back.
Well, you thought you were protecting Alice. Look, she's your daughter, Mary Beth. Parents tend to overreact. Why don't you go ahead and I'll see what I can dig up here. You sure? Is she my namesake or not? I'll see if I can come up with something.
I appreciate that, Christine.
So if things with Nick are only okay, why we spent the last 20 minutes rearranging the meat case?
Are you going to talk or help? Why do all these steaks look like they come from anorexic cows?
I thought a poached salmon with dill sauce sounded good.
It's Nick, remember? He wants to sink his teeth into some food, not into some garnish.
Here, he'll lose his teeth in these beauties. But you know what I think?
Chicken would be better.
I think you're trying to seduce this guy.
Would you get off there?
I knew it. There's a great rice and mushroom thing that's perfect with steaks.
Listen, Tony. It's been a while.
And it's in a boiling bag.
With somebody new, okay? And it's different now, you know. You get around.
Ah, we're talking about the plague. God's solution to homos, the big A.
Oh, Tony.
Oh, look, Chris, when funerals become the big social event in life, a little gallows humor helps. How about artichoke hearts?
How about carrots?
Baby carrots. And in a boiling bag.
No, I want fresh.
Talk to him. Say you're worried. Don't forget the baked potatoes.
What if I want him to take the test?
Then ask. We'll have to take a second test before you know for sure.
Well, at least it's a start. And it would show that he cared. So what do you do?
Safest sex around.
Rubber suits and surgical masks?
Long conversations and cold showers.
You're kidding.
You'd be surprised.
Hey, Sarah, how much are the high horse condoms?
What is it with this neighborhood, Mary Beth? That wasn't a meeting, that was a witch hunt.
They were afraid, Harv.
I mean, why the hell did they bother to come? They already had their own answers.
I know, I was there.
I'm telling you, it is the people who are upfront and honest, like the Terrys, who end up being crucified.
What about what the director said?
She said, Mary Beth, it was reasonably safe. Nobody's gotten it from saliva, dirty diapers, or any of that. I don't think the center is a big risk.
99%? What kind of a guarantee is that?
You're looking for 100, Mary Beth?
You're not?
I don't think it's realistic.
We take her out of that center. Then we'll be sure she's safe.
Until we have to put her somewhere else where there might be 2 kids with AIDS, but we'll never know because the parents kept it a secret because of what happened here. It's out there, babe. It is a fact.
I don't care.
That's a great thing to teach our kids, fear.
We are talking about something that can kill her, Harvey.
Anything can kill her. A drunken driver, an accident in a playground, a creep who kidnapped her.
Stop that. That's not the same thing.
It is the same thing. All those things are out there every day, too.
She's 2 years old.
I know, babe. I'm scared, too. We can't hide our little girl away.
Why not? Why not?
I gotta say, I'm impressed. I was expecting pureed celery root.
Well, my Cuisinart was broken.
Great steaks. And the espresso. Grandma Amatucci would have been proud.
A compliment, I'm sure.
The highest.
So, what'll we clink our soda waters to?
How about you?
To me, then.
How about both of us? What is it, sweetheart?
Would you like some more water?
No, I think what I had already has gone to my head. Look, Chris, if you don't want it.
No. It isn't that. I do want to. Really, I do.
I'm glad. Because so do I.
It's just... I thought, maybe we could talk. Do you know? About how things are, and modern society, and how people now have lots of relationships.
Relationships? Chris, I'm not saying anybody.
Oh, and I'm glad. But what I meant was how things are different now, do you know? And there are dangers that I think...
Yeah, like parking these days. I know. 1 minute it's there, the next minute the mother's told.
No. What I meant was, when people want to spend more time together, so they do things to bring them closer.
Like bike rides, flower
Nick.
arranging. I've had the test. I used to get around pretty good. Had the follow-up test, too. Plus, it's been about 9 months since I got hot and heavy. What's your chart look like?
9 months. How do you feel about going 9 more after what you just put me through?
You haven't answered my question.
I've had the first test. You left me hanging out there looking like a jerk.
Just the first one, huh? Okay, I'll chance it, but only with a condom.
That's big of you.
Hey, I'm sorry, baby, but you want to sleep with somebody these days, you got to bring along a doctor and wear a wetsuit.
I owe you one, I'm a Tucci.
I just hope that when we both know we're safe, that we're still together to enjoy it. And you didn't look like a jerk. You look beautiful.
You Italians sure know how to sling it.
So where were we? To you, I think.
Yeah. To us.
Your grandma is going to be so happy to see that you're wearing her purple mittens. Come here. Look at this. It's the prettiest little girl in daycare. Yeah, with the warmest fingers. You know what I was thinking about last night? Your 16th birthday party. I mean, I know by that time, of course, you have your own ideas. Probably want to go to some club where your father and I can't get in. But I was thinking that we would invite all your friends, boys included, yeah, and go roller skating, huh? I mean, only if you want to. See, it's going to be your day, dear. But...
Time to go, babe.
Yeah, she needs her jacket still. Want your jacket?
Go, precious.
Here we go.
Everything's gonna be fine, Mary Beth. Here we go.
Zip this up all the way to the top, okay? You know how glad your friends are going to be to see you again? Huh? Okay.
Here we go.
No, wait a second. I forgot her blanket.
Okay. Hi, my baby.
Okay, now. Now we're ready to go, sweetheart.
Gonna be fine, babe.
I know.
Hey, Mary Beth. Hey. You look awful.
Thank you, Christine.
Is everything okay?
Sergeant Coleman says the sketch on Daisy paid off. Uniforms turned up 3 possibles.
Yeah, Basil dropped off the addresses. One's in Chelsea, one's in the East Village, and one's on East 18th Street.
Okay, I'm ready in a minute.
You know what I say? The hell with Fillmore. Why don't we just drag those 3 turkeys in and let Valerie Bailey eyeball them here?
That's a wonderful plan, Sergeant. Then the feds will get sued for harassment, and we'll get to shovel up after the mounted squad.
Okay, back to plan A. Calling the grieving girlfriend in her tissues all over Manhattan.
Okay.
It's 2:20. He's probably not coming back.
Miss Bailey, trust me. All this stuff is still in his room. Remind me to sell my phone stock. 6 blocks before I found one that worked.
Yeah, you didn't miss a thing.
But I'm the 3rd time lucky. Oh, Coleman said no messages for you.
Are we gonna sit here all afternoon?
If we have to, this is the end of our list.
Sergeant, where did you say that phone was? I want to call Muriel.
2 blocks up, hang a left. Well, 3 blocks. It's on the opposite corner.
Excuse me. There are no more suspects? My boyfriend's dead, and this is the end of it?
Well, we're doing the best that we can.
You call this your best? Those other men didn't even look like the sketch.
I just want to check on the baby.
Don't be gone too long.
What, baby?
What if we don't find him today?
Well, then we'll have to pick it up next week.
Next week?
Yes, Detective Lacey and I have a deposition to give on another case in Newark.
What about this case?
Look, we're not magicians. This is the procedure.
My heart is breaking. You don't even care.
Valerie, see him? He has on a blue coat like the desk clerk said. Take your time.
It's not him.
You sure?
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, it's not him.
Come on, he looks like the sketch.
I know, but it's not DC. It's a different guy.
Are you sure? He looked pretty good to me.
Look, I'm sorry. Listen, I appreciate all your help, but if we're through here, I'd like to be alone. We can try again next week.
You know what? I'm almost looking forward to Newark.
She finally got to you. Chapter 1, Citizen's Handbook. Never appreciate a thing the police do for you.
Yeah, well, we did come up with Deasy.
I don't understand. It took her 1 second to decide he wasn't the guy. He looked more like the sketch than the other two.
Maybe she was tired.
And cranky. Well, now uniforms just have to come up with more possibilities.
I figured Deasy's on his way to Mexico. Or maybe the morgue.
I can't believe you gave her his name.
What are you talking about?
You're slipping, partner. She called him Deasy.
I didn't tell her.
Well, I didn't either. Hang on.
Do it.
How could we have been so stupid?
She's the one with the contract on DC. We took her right to him. Damn it.
You never figure a woman.
And I saw Prissy's on it twice.
Gee! All right, hold on.
Take the back. I'll get a key.
Shower is running. On 3, you go low. 1, 2, 3. Police! Freeze! She's got a gun!
Mr. DC? NYPD. It's all over, sir. You are all right, sir.
Just stay where you are, please.
Everything is under control.
Dear God.